if you should want to call me at this number. Don't call me at that one. That's the old one.
Thank you.
Perfectly all right. And if you should lose it, don't worry, my dear. I have plenty more.
Won't you have a chair?
Why, thank you. I'll have two. Allow me.
Dr. Sanderson is very anxious to talk to you. He'll be out in just a minute. Please, sit down.
After you, my dear.
Oh, I really can't, thank you. I'm in and out all the time, but you mustn't mind me. Please, be seated.
After you.
Can I get you a magazine to look at?
I would much rather look at you, Miss Kelly, if you don't mind. You really are very lovely.
Oh, well, thank you. Some people don't seem to think so.
Some people are blind. That is very often brought to my attention. And now, Miss Kelly, I would like to introduce you
Mr. Dow.
Elwood P. Let me give you one of my cards. Now, if you should want to call me at
Mr. Dow. I'm Dr. Lyman Sanderson, Dr. Sheldon's assistant.
Well, good for you. I'm happy to know that. How are you, Doctor?
That's going to depend on you, I'm afraid. Now, will you please have a seat and be met Miss Kelly?
I have had that pleasure, and I would like both of you to meet a very dear friend of mine.
Later on, be glad to. Now, will you please have a seat? Because first I'd like
After
to...
Miss Kelly.
Sit down, Kelly. Is that chair quite comfortable, Mr. Dow?
Why, yes, thank you. Would you like to try it?
No, thank you. Is there something I can get for you? A water? How about a water? Could we get Mr. Dow a water, please, Miss Kelly? Is it too warm in here? Would you like me to open a window for you?
Mr. Dow, Dr. Sanderson wants to know if you should open the window.
That's entirely up to him. I wouldn't presume to live his life for him.
Mr. Dow, I can see you're not the type of person to be taken by any high-flowing phrases or beating around the bush.
Is that so, Doc?
You have us at a disadvantage here. You know it, and we know it, so let's lay our cards on the table.
That certainly appeals to me, Doc.
Best way in the long run is people are people, no matter where you go.
That is very often the case.
And being human leaves us therefore liable to mistakes. And Miss Kelly and I have made a mistake this afternoon, Mr. Dad, and we'd like to explain it to you.
But it wasn't Dr. Sanderson's fault, Mr. Dow. It was mine.
A human failing, as I said.
I find it very interesting, nevertheless. You and Miss Kelly here? This afternoon, you say?
We do hope you understand, Mr. Dow.
Oh, yes. These things are often the basis of a long and warm friendship.
And the responsibility is, of course, not hers, but mine.
Your attitude may be old-fashioned, Doctor, but I like it.
Now, if I had seen your sister first, this would have been an entirely different story.
Now, there you surprised me. I think the world in all of Vita, but I had supposed she had seen her day.
Well, you really mustn't attach any blame to her. She's a very sick woman. Came in here insisting you needed treatment, which is entirely ridiculous.
She shouldn't worry about me. I get along just fine.
Exactly, but she had spoken to Miss Kelly and there would be the call from your family lawyer, Judge Gaffney.
Oh, yes, I know. No, his wife, too. Nice people.
Is there something I can get for you, Mr. Dow?
What did you have in mind?
How about another water? Now, your sister was extremely nervous and plunged into a heated tirade while you were drinking.
That was Vita.
She became hysterical.
I tell Vita not to worry about that. I'll take care of that.
Exactly, and I'm sure you have a drink now and then just the same as the rest of us.
Why, yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I would like one right now.
As a matter of fact, so would I, but your sister's reaction to your drinking was entirely too intense. Does your sister drink, Mr. Dow?
Oh, no, Doctor, no. I don't believe Vita has ever taken a drink.
Well, I have something that may surprise you. I believe she does. Constantly.
Well, I am certainly surprised.
But it is not her alcoholism that will be the basis for my diagnosis. It is much more serious than that. It was when she started talking so emotionally about this big white rabbit. Harvey, yes, I believe you know Harvey.
Harvey's his name.
And she claimed you were persecuting her with this Harvey.
No, I haven't been persecuting her with Harvey. She shouldn't feel that way. And now, Doctor, before we go any further, I must insist you let me introduce you.
Mr. Dow, let me make my point first. I don't believe your sister's condition sprang up overnight. I believe it stems from trauma.
From what?
Trauma, spelled T-R-A-U-M-A. Or in other words, a shock. For example, the birth trauma, or the shock of being born.
That's the one we never get over.
That's quite a good sense of humor, Miss Kelly.
Oh, yes, Doctor.
I say the same about the both of you.
To sum it all up, your sister's condition is serious. Though I can help her, she must, however, remain out here temporarily.
Well, I've always wanted Vita to have everything she needs.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't want her to stay out here unless she liked it out here and wanted to stay.
Of course. Did Wilson get what he was after, Miss Kelly?
Yes, Doctor.
And what was Mrs. Simmons' attitude?
Not unusual, Doctor.
So your sister must be committed out here temporarily. Under these circumstances, I would have committed my own grandmother.
Does she drink too?